Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm on a hangout with Mario Minecraft, Monster Jam Collector Racing, Monster Jam Fanatic, and Monster Jam General.
Yo.
Let's do this stuff.
So yeah, today we have the event for Monster Jam sign-up series number 185. So before we get into the races here, first I'm going to name off the 6 surprise entrances. So we have Ewan Ford and Horsepower, Monster Jam Planet and Bounty Hunter, Angel M and Orange Gravedigger, Atticus, Nisai, Arnold Sang, and Overcast Megalodon, Monster Jam Fanatic and Ice Alien Invasion, and Patrick the MJ Fan in Dragon. So now let's look at the races. Again, like I said before, there is now 72 trucks. There was 66 until those 6 surprise entrances right there. So if you guys don't know what truck you're in already, then make sure you guys go check out the Field of Trucks video, which was the video that was posted yesterday, right before this one. So yeah, here are the rest of the races. And here's the last row right here. Ending it off with Fire Pirates Curse and Ice Alien Invasion. So without further ado, guys, we're going to kick things off with a Fire and Ice battle between Yeti and the Fire Gravedigger. Sign-up Series 185 is underway. And the first winner is going to be the Orange Gravedigger. Next up, we have Sasquatch taking on Fire Rottweiler. And Sasquatch is going to take the win. Next up, we have Iron Outlaw taking on Monster Mutt. And what a race, it's going to be Iron Outlaw. Next up, we have Whiplash taking on the Ice Earthshaker. And what a race, it's going to be Whiplash. Next up, we have Slinger taking on Brodozer. And what a race, Brodozer almost hit me, he didn't quite. And Slinger's going to take the win. Next up, we have Gravedigger the Legend taking on Hurricane Force. And what a race, it is going to be Hurricane Force. Next up, we have Avenger taking on Pirates Curse Ghost. And Avenger is going to take the win. Next up, we have Radical Rescue taking on Zombie. And Radical Rescue is going to take the win. Next up, we have Big Kahuna taking on the Ice Blue Thunder. And it's going to be Big Kahuna. Next up, we have Bounty Hunter taking on the Overcast Gravedigger. And, oh, what a race. Bounty Hunter had the lead, and then he blocked him. Let's go straight down. And it looks like just barely right there, you guys can see it's going to be the Overcast Gravedigger. Next up, we have the Training Trucks El Toro Loco taking on Nomad Avenger. And it's going to be Nomad Avenger. Next up, we have Fire Max D taking on Jurassic Attack. And Max D hits the laptop, so we're going to have to rerun because Jurassic Attack went past it, so we're going to rerun. Alright, here goes the rerun. And this time, Max D does a wheelie. Jurassic Attack is way over there in the top right corner of your screen, so Jurassic Attack is going to take the win. Next up, we have Ice Soldier Fortune taking on Grandma Gravedigger. And it's going to be Grandma Gravedigger. Next up, we have Northern Nightmare taking on the Fire Son of a Digger. And it's going to be Fire Son of a Digger. Next up, we have Aftershock taking on the Training Trucks Megalodon. And it's going to be Training Trucks Megalodon. He turns to the right at the last second. But as you guys can see, he will still take the win over Aftershock. Next up, we have Overcast Megalodon taking on Wonder Woman. And what a race, it's going to be the Overcast Megalodon. Next up, we have the Mystery Machine taking on Scooby-Doo. And the Mystery Machine did not fall off the side, he just flipped over, and that's going to give the win to Scooby-Doo. Next up, we have Mohawk Warrior taking on Higher Education. And it's going to be Mohawk Warrior. Next up, we have Gas Monkey Garage taking on Fire Megalodon. And a slow start for Megalodon, but it doesn't matter. He is going to take the win as Gas Monkey Garage had a very bad run. Next up, we have Stinger Unleashed taking on Bad News Travels Fast. And it's going to be Stinger Unleashed. Next up, we have Bakugan Dragonoid taking on Ice Cream Man. And what a bad race. Dragonoid kind of like switched into Ice Cream Man's lane there. I don't know if you guys could see that, but he switched in his lane and blocked him, so Dragonoid is going to take the win. Next up, we have Ice El Toro Loco taking on Dragon. And it's going to be Ice El Toro Loco. Next up, we have Time Flies taking on Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And it's going to be Monster Mutt Dalmatian over Time Flies. Next up, we have Red Crustacean taking on the Nitro Neon's Max D. And Crustacean flips over, Max D hits the laptop, and he will take the win. Next up, we have Overcast Blue Thunder taking on the Training Trucks Earthshaker. And what a race, they both hit the laptop, and we will rerun. Alright, we switched up the lanes, and here goes the rerun. And it's going to be Earthshaker. Let's put it straight down just to see. And yes, indeed, as you guys can see, Earthshaker takes the win. Next up, we have Storm Damage taking on Ice Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And it's going to be Storm Damage. What an upset. One of the fastest trucks on my channel has been eliminated in the first round. Next up, we have Horsepower taking on World Finals 20. And it's going to be Horsepower. Next up, we have Orange Gravedigger taking on Alien Invasion. And it is going to be the Orange Gravedigger. Next up, we have Ice Dragon taking on Octonator. And it is going to be Ice Dragon. Next up, we have the Nitro Neon Soldier Fortune taking on Fire Zombie. And it's going to be Fire Zombie hitting the laptop. Soldier Fortune flipped over, and Zombie will take the win. Next up, we have Overcast El Toro Loco taking on Son of a Digger. And it is going to be Son of a Digger. Next up, we have the reigning championship truck, the Training Truck Zombie, and he is taking on Megalodon. And what a race! Oh, by the way, I did move the laptop farther back. Now, Zombie clearly is pressed up against the laptop there. Megalodon, it looks like, did not quite go as far as it. As you can see in the top right corner of your screen, Megalodon did not reach it. So the win is going to go to Zombie. Next up, we have the Inverse Gravedigger in his debut taking on Wildflower. And it's going to be the Inverse Gravedigger. By the way, there is a lot of trucks in their debut in this sign-up series. I just haven't really mentioned it, but yeah, Inverse Gravedigger is one of them. Next up, we have Fire Mohawk Warrior taking on another debuting truck, Cyclops. And Mohawk Warrior did not turn to the right, but he kind of started to drive over there to the right, and that's going to cost him. Cyclops will take the win. Next up, we have yet another debuting truck, the Monster Mutt Husky, and he's taking on Green Jester. And what a race it is going to be. As you guys can see right there, it's going to be Monster Mutt Husky. And now the final race of round number 1 is a Fire and Ice battle between Fire Pirate's Curse and Ice Alien Invasion. And it is going to be the Ice Alien Invasion. And now it is time for round number 2. 36 trucks remain. We're actually not going to need a fast loser until the end of round 3. So for the first 2 rounds, there's no fast loser. So yeah, here are all the trucks still in it. And we're going to kick things off with Fire Gravedigger taking on Sasquatch. Next up, we have Fire Gravedigger taking on Sasquatch. I meant to kick off round number 2, but it's going to be Fire Gravedigger. Next up, we have Iron Outlaw taking on Whiplash. And it is going to be Iron Outlaw. Next up, we have Slinger taking on Hurricane Force. And it is going to be Slinger. Next up, we have Avenger taking on Radical Rescue. And it is going to be, it looks like Radical Rescue. Let's just put it straight down once it focuses. There we go. And right there you guys can see, just barely, Radical Rescue will take the win. Next up, we have Big Kahuna taking on Overcast Gravedigger. And it is going to be Overcast Gravedigger. Next up, we have Nomad Avenger taking on Jurassic Attack. And what a race! Avenger hits the laptop. Now, Jurassic Attack went past it, so we're going to rerun. So here goes the rerun. And it is going to be Jurassic Attack. Next up, we have Grandma Gravedigger taking on Fire Son of a Digger. And it is going to be, what a race! And just barely, it is going to be Grandma Gravedigger. You guys can see right there, his tire is sticking out, and Grandma Gravedigger takes the win. Next up, we have a battle of the Megalodons. We have the training trucks taking on the Overcast. And it is going to be the Overcast. Next up, we have Scooby-Doo taking on Mohawk Warrior. And it is going to be Mohawk Warrior. Next up, we have Fire Megalodon taking on Stinger Unleashed. And what a race down to the end. That was one of the closest races so far, but it is going to be Megalodon. Next up, we have Bakugan Dragonoid taking on the Ice El Toro Loco. And Dragonoid falls off the side. We're going to do a best 2 out of 3. El Toro Loco has won. It is 1-0 to the Ice El Toro Loco. And El Toro Loco will win it either way. What a race. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Dalmatian taking on the Nitro Neon's Max D. And it is going to be Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Next up, we have Training Trucks Earthshaker taking on Storm Damage. And it is going to be Earthshaker. Next up, we have Horsepower taking on Orange Gravedigger. And it is going to be Horsepower. What a race. He kind of blocked Gravedigger, and Horsepower will take the win. Next up, we have another Fire and Ice battle between Fire Zombie and Ice Dragon. And it is going to be Ice Dragon. Next up, we have Son of a Digger taking on the Training Trucks Zombie. And it is going to be Training Trucks Zombie hitting the laptop. He's trying to win back-to-back events, and he will eliminate Son of a Digger. Next up, we have 2 debuting trucks. It is Inverse Gravedigger taking on Cyclops. And Gravedigger falls off the side, so it'll be a best 2 out of 3. Cyclops has won. So it is 1-0 to Cyclops. And Cyclops did not fall off the side. He just flipped over, so it's 1-1. So it is 1-1. Who will advance? It is going to be Inverse Gravedigger with a block. As you guys can see right there, it's going to be Gravedigger. And the final race of round number 2 is going to be Monster Mutt Husky taking on the Ice Alien Invasion. And it is going to be a close race, and just barely right there, as you guys can see, it's going to be Monster Mutt Husky. And now it is time for round number 3. There are 18 trucks remaining, so after this round we will get on to 9, and then we will have a fast loser race to have an even number of 10 for round 4. So, yeah, without further ado, to kick off round number 3, we have Fire Gravedigger taking on Iron Outlaw. So round number 3 is underway. And it is going to be Iron Outlaw. Next up, we have Slinger taking on Radical Rescue. And it is going to be a good race. Oh, coming down to the end just barely. As you guys can see right there, the winner is going to be Radical Rescue. Next up, we have the Overcast Gravedigger taking on Jurassic Attack. And it is going to be the Overcast Gravedigger with a block. Next up, we have Grandma Gravedigger taking on Overcast Megalodon. And it is going to be Grandma Gravedigger. Next up, we have Mohawk Warrior taking on Fire Megalodon. And, I don't know if Mohawk Warrior fell off the side or not. I guess, to be fair, we'll do a best 2 out of 3 and say that Megalodon has won. Alright, guys, so I just watched the clip over, and I'm actually just going to give the win to Fire Megalodon because I don't really think Mohawk Warrior fell off the side. He kind of just flipped over. So, yeah, Fire Megalodon will take the win. Next up, we have Ice El Toro Loco taking on Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And it's going to be Ice El Toro Loco with a block. Next up, we have the Training Trucks Earthshaker taking on Horsepower. And it is going to be the Training Trucks Earthshaker. Next up, we have Ice Dragon taking on Training Trucks Zombie. And it is going to be Ice Dragon with a huge upset. And the final race of round number 3 until the fast loser race is going to be the 2 debuting trucks, Inverse Gravedigger and Monster Mutt Husky. And it is going to be the Inverse Gravedigger. The wheelie is going to cost Monster Mutt Husky, and Inverse Gravedigger is going to take the win. So now it is time for round number 4, but first we're going to need a fast loser race because here are the 9 that are still in, so obviously we need a fast loser to decide who will take on the Inverse Gravedigger. So here are the 2 trucks that I have chosen. We have Horsepower taking on Monster Mutt Husky. And it is going to be Horsepower, and for the second time in a row, Monster Mutt Husky does a wheelie. Alright guys, now it is time for round number 4. We are down to 10, so after this we'll be down to 5, and then we will have 3 fast loser races to have an even bracket for the quarterfinals, and that is when I will announce the field of trucks. So without further ado, to kick off round number 4, we have Iron Outlaw taking on Radical Rescue. And it is going to be a good race, and it is going to be Iron Outlaw. Next up, we have a Battle of the Gravediggers. We have the Overcast taking on the Grandma. And it is going to be the Overcast. What a race. Next up, we have a battle of 2 fast fire and ice trucks. We have Fire Megalodon and Ice El Toro Loco. This should be a good race. And it is, and it's going to be Ice El Toro Loco. Next up, we have the Training Trucks Earthshaker taking on Ice Dragon. And it is going to be the Training Trucks Earthshaker. He hit the laptop, and Dragon's wheelie is going to cost him the win. And now the final race of round number 4 until the 3 fast loser races is going to be Inverse Gravedigger versus Horsepower. And Inverse Gravedigger did not fall off the side. He just flipped over, and that's going to give the win to Horsepower. All right, guys, here are the 5 trucks that remain, but we need 3 fast loser races to have an even bracket for the quarterfinals. So that means we need 6 trucks and only 5 lost in that round. So we have all 5 trucks lost in that round in this tournament, plus 1 that lost in the round before, which that 1 truck is Monster Mutt Dalmatian, so he gets another chance. But yeah, here are the 3 fast loser races, and then we will be down to the quarterfinals. So without further ado, let's do these 3 races. So, first things first, we have Grandma Gravedigger taking on Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And it is going to be Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Next up, we have Fire Megalodon taking on Ice Dragon. And Megalodon did not fall off the side. I saw it. He just flipped over. And the win is going to go to Ice Dragon. Here's the final race until the quarterfinals. We have Inverse Gravedigger taking on Radical Rescue. And it is going to be a close race, and it's going to be Radical Rescue, eliminating the final debuting truck. And now we are down to the quarterfinals of Monster Jam Sign-Up Series number 185. So now let's go over the field of trucks. So inside of Iron Outlaw, we have Blakester Miniman. Inside of Overcast Gravedigger, we have the Murph Tube channel. Inside of Ice El Toro Loco, we have Monster Jam 2020. Inside of the Training Trucks Earthshaker, we have the reigning champion Shane Lacardi trying to win back-to-back. Inside of Horsepower, we have Ewan Ford. Inside of Monster Mutt Dalmatian, we have Tanner Vlogs. Inside of Ice Dragon, we have Cool McGee. And inside of Radical Rescue, we have Drag Racer 5266. So without further ado, to kick off the quarterfinals, we have Iron Outlaw taking on the Overcast Gravedigger. So who will be the first person to make it to the semifinals? Will it be Blakester Miniman or the MurphTube channel? It is going to be Blakester Miniman and Iron Outlaw. And next up we have Ice El Toro Loco taking on the Training Trucks Earthshaker. This is going to be a very good race. Two very fast trucks going at it, and it is going to be the Training Trucks Earthshaker. Next up we have Horsepower taking on Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And it is going to be a comeback win for Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Now we have the final race of the quarterfinals. It is going to be Ice Dragon taking on Radical Rescue. And what a race it is going to be, Radical Rescue. And now we are down to the semifinals of sign-up series number 185. So let's go over the field of trucks. Inside of Iron Outlaw, we have Blakester Miniman. Inside of the Training Trucks Earthshaker, we have Shane Liccardi. Inside of Monster Mutt Dalmatian, we have Tanner Vlogs. And inside of Radical Rescue, we have Drag Racer 5266. So this is definitely an interesting semifinals. I never would have thought Iron Outlaw or Radical Rescue would make it this far. Training Trucks Earthshaker, the Training Trucks are always faster, but that is driven by Shane Liccardi, who is the winner of last series, so he is trying to win back-to-back. And then Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Now, this version of Monster Mutt Dalmatian is actually in its debut. This is the Demolition Doubles version with the BKT printing, so technically, there is a debuting truck, and clearly it's a fast one, and one to definitely look out for in the future. But, yeah, then also, as I drop my phone, Drag Racer 5266 and Radical Rescue, he's making his return. He has not been in my sign-up series in quite some time, so this is an interesting semifinals. So let's see who is going to go to the championship race. Is it going to be Blakester Miniman and Iron Outlaw or Shane Liccardi in the Training Trucks Earthshaker? It is going to be a close race down to the end. What a race. If we go straight down, this could not be any closer. But just barely, as you guys can see, Iron Outlaw is going to take the win over the Training Trucks Earthshaker. So sorry to Shane Liccardi, man. You were so close to winning back-to-back, but Iron Outlaw is in the championship race. And next up, we have Tanner Vlogs and Monster Mutt Dalmatian taking on Drag Racer 5266 inside of Radical Rescue to decide who is going to take on Iron Outlaw in the championship race. Let's see who it is. It is going to be Dalmatian flipped over. I don't think he fell off the side, and the winner is going to be Drag Racer 5266 in Radical Rescue. So sorry to Tanner Vlogs in the debuting BKT printing Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Better luck in Series 186 to you, man. But congratulations to Drag Racer 5266. You are in the championship race. And now it is time for the championship race of sign-up series number 185. So inside of Iron Outlaw, we have Blakester Miniman, and inside of Radical Rescue, we have Drag Racer 5266. So neither one of these trucks have ever won before, and now I don't believe that Blakester Miniman has ever won before either, but I know that Drag Racer 5266 has. I don't know how many times. I think maybe like 2 or 3, but one thing I do know is it has been a very long time. I don't know exactly how long it's been, but it's been a long time since he's won a sign-up series, and like I said before, he's making his return in this series. He hasn't even signed up in a while. So let's see if he can do it. And Iron Outlaw, by the way, that was the truck that I was in last series, in Series 184, and I lost in the first round. So I did not expect Iron Outlaw or even Radical Rescue, honestly, to make it this far. These are two surprise trucks to be in the championship race, but they are here. And now let's see who is going to win it. Your winner of sign-up series number 185 is going to be none other than... It is going to be Blakester Miniman and Iron Outlaw. There's how close it was. And congratulations to Blakester Miniman and Iron Outlaw. You have done it, man. A well-deserved victory, and congratulations to you, bro. You have finally done it in the Iron Outlaw. And as for Drag Racer 5266, not a pretty bad return. You made it all the way down to the championship race. I hope you continue to sign up for my future sign-up series, and better luck in Series 186 if you do sign up again. But yeah, guys, that is basically going to wrap up this video.
Good job,
again, like I said one last time, congratulations to Blakester Miniman and the Iron Outlaw for winning sign-up series 185. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure you guys do subscribe. I'm still on the road to 1,800, and yeah, make sure to leave a like, turn on post notifications, and post a comment if you want. And that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Congratulations to Blakester Miniman, and I will see you guys next time.